Hey, Nancy, have you noticed if the Wi-Fi is down? I'm trying to use my laptop, but it's just not connecting to the internet.
Oh, yeah, the internet's not working.
Okay. Well then, should I call someone to come and fix it? I mean, it's kind of essential that it gets up and running again. I was doing something quite important just then, and it totally crashed on me.
No, that won't be necessary.
Huh? Why not? If the internet is down, then surely you need someone to come out and fix it. We pay for the best package, so it really shouldn't be experiencing problems like this.
It's not necessary because I'm the one who's turned the internet off.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean exactly what I said. I turned the internet off.
But why? You know I use it during the day.
Yes, I know you do. In fact, I know that you use it pretty much all day, every day.
So then why'd you turn it off?
Because you don't pay for it. Me and your brother do. You just sit around all day using up all of my internet and you don't even pay any money towards it. I'm sick and tired of paying for you when you do nothing for me or your brother.
Whoa. That's not true in the slightest. It's not like I'm just sitting at home playing games or watching YouTube or something. I'm actually working really hard.
Oh, please. You don't do anything. All you do is sit at home using all of mine and Jasper's electricity, eating all of our food, and using all of our water. You don't even bother to tidy up after yourself. You just take advantage of Jasper's money and use it for yourself. Last month, you didn't pay us anything for the rent or the bills. We had to cover all of them. Do you know how expensive that was? I have things that I'd like to buy as a little treat to myself, you know? I can't do that if you're making me use all of my money on bills. And don't think I didn't notice the new computer bit that you got yourself. I saw the package arrive and I searched how much it was. How can you afford over $200 on a computer part and not pay your share of the bills? You are just wasting your welfare money on ridiculous stuff, thinking that me and your brother will pay for everything else for you.
Okay, you really need to chill out, like right now, before you go spouting off ridiculous and false accusations. If you don't stop now, you might end up saying something that you regret.
I don't need to do anything. I'm the one earning the money and you're just a penniless loser. If you want to try and tell me what to do, then you need to first start earning some money, because I won't be listening to anything you say otherwise. I don't listen to losers and bums.
I'm not anything that you're calling me. I don't know where you got this idea from that I'm penniless or that I don't help out around the house, but it's not true at all. I know that at the moment I'm not in the best of situations, but it's not my fault that the company I worked for went under and that I was made redundant. I'm lucky that at the minute I've still got my severance check, which is helping me out, which I used to pay for my share of the bills and rent, like I have done for the last 4 months since I moved in.
What are you on about? You didn't pay for the bills last month. Jasper did.
No, he didn't actually. He only paid for half, like we agreed when I moved in.
Well, I think you're lying. I bet you're just saying that to try and make yourself look less useless than you actually are. I'll be asking Jasper if what you said is true when he gets back from his business meeting. Until then, you won't be able to use the internet during the day as I'll turn it off.
Do you really think I'm stupid enough to not know how to turn the internet back on?
Well, yes, actually, I do. But just to be safe, I've taken the router with me to work. You can't have the internet if it's not there.
You what? You seriously taken the whole internet router away just so I wouldn't be able to use it?
Yep.
Oh my god, Nancy, what is actually wrong with you? I've paid my share of the bills so I can use the internet. You can't just take it away.
Actually, I think you'll find that I can, and that I have. And for the next 3 days, whilst Jasper is away, I'll be turning all of the electricity off during the day when I'm not there, so that I can save a bit of money and so the bills aren't so high. If you don't want to be sitting in a dark house all day with no internet, then you'll just have to go somewhere else, like the library or something. I don't care, just so long as you aren't in my house.
There is seriously something wrong with you, Nancy. To just cut off all the amenities like that is really a callous thing to do. You know I need the internet. I was working on something important and now you've just messed everything up. I'm gonna have to go somewhere like the library or a cafe shop where the Wi-Fi is free. I hope you're pleased with yourself.
Well, actually, Yeah, I am. My goal was to get you to stop using all of my amenities and hiking my bills up. So, yeah, I've got what I wanted, so I'm happy.
You are literally the worst. I can't believe my brother actually married you.
Look, I'm not the one with no job. You're the one who is so pathetic that you can't even hold down a job. You're lucky that your brother is so kind and that he let you move in with us until you find a place of your own. If it were up to me, I would have told you that it was your own fault that you lost your job and that you had to find your own way back onto your feet. I, personally, don't want to be supporting some deadbeat loser who can't pay for himself. I mean, my friends have even all found out and they're making so much fun of me. They're all like, I can't believe you got to live with your dorky brother-in-law. He's such a loser. And Natasha even said that if I don't hurry up and get rid of you, that your loserness is going to rub off on me. I can't be having that.
Wow, so that's what you really think, huh? You really hate me that much? Is that it? And what did you mean by get rid of me?
Well, yeah. It's no secret that I don't like you. I really wish that you just get lost already. Nobody wants a lazy lie-about in their home, taking up all of their valuable resources. It's just not a good look for anyone.
I'm not a lazy lie-about. I work hard every day for hours on end, doing freelance work and things that you actually have no clue about. Just because I'm not mega rich at the minute doesn't mean I'm a failure.
Sure, whatever. Just know that whatever you say, it isn't going to change my mind about you. To me, you'll always be my husband's stupid, lazy brother who can't even be bothered to get a proper job. Have you even looked for work? I'm sure the coffee shop down the road is hiring. Go and work there. Then you can finally move out of my home.
How? A place like that pays less than minimum wage. How on earth can I save up enough money to get my own place? Working at a place like that?
You'll just have to work 24/7, won't you? Take any overtime they give and be prepared to work all of the hours you can.
Most I can make doing that is possibly a couple grand a month, if I'm lucky. Then I'll have to pay tax, along with whatever other bills I've got to pay. If I rent a place by myself, then I'll be spending over $1,000 a month for it, plus bills. I'd be lucky to have maybe $100 left at the end of the month for food and other necessities. How can I realistically live off of that?
Get a second job.
You really just don't care about me or my well-being at all, do you?
Not really, no.
Thanks. Well, just so you know, when Jasper gets back, I'll be showing him this conversation and we'll all be having a very long conversation about how people treat others in this house.
You're seriously going to go and tattle on me to your brother? Are you actually for real? How petty is that?
Actually, I'm dealing with this conflict like any mature adult should, instead of acting rashly and doing something stupid. I'm gonna talk to the people involved in this conflict to try and resolve it without anyone getting hurt or ending up resenting someone else. My brother just happens to be one of the people who needs to be in on this discussion. I mean, you act like I don't want to move out and get a place of my own. Do you think that I enjoy living with my brother and his wife? That I want to be underfoot all the time and feel like I'm in the way or something? Because I don't. I want to be able to afford my own place, but to do that, I need the internet to work. You just taking it away today has done nothing but hinder any progress I was making to get out of your house and out of your hair.
Ugh, whatever. I don't care about your little sob story. And it's not my fault if you can't get a job. Just get out of my house as soon as possible.
Whatever, I can see that you simply just aren't listening to me. I'm just gonna go to the library. I'll be back later.
Oh, please, don't hurry. Take your time. Honestly.
Uh-huh, sure.
Or, don't come back at all. That's an option.
Nancy, what have you done? Where are all my things? My bed, my books, everything.
Oh, you're back.
Yes, I'm back. Where's my stuff?
I told you I wanted you out of the house. This is mine and Jasper's home, and neither one of us wants you here anymore. Trust me. I know because I messaged him, and he said that he agreed with me. So you should just get out of here already.
Well, I know for a fact that my brother would never condone something like this. He would never just get rid of my things. Where are they all, Nancy? This isn't funny.
If you don't have a job, You're not considered valuable as a man. I've thrown away all of your stuff.
You what? I'm afraid you've disposed of much more than just my belongings.
Huh? Whatever. I was fed up with all of your things just lying around, so I got rid of them. I thought it would help get the message across about you getting out of my house already. Now that all of your stuff is gone, you can finally leave too. There's nothing tying you here, that's for sure.
You've really gone too far this time, Nancy. You have no clue what you've done.
Oh, boo-hoo. So some of your stupid, pointless things are gone. It's not like you can't buy them all again when you have your own place.
Yeah, I can buy most of my things again, but that's not what I'm really concerned about. No, what I'm incredibly upset and angry and all the other negative adjectives about is the fact that among all my things was the only photograph that me and Jasper had of our father.
What?
Yeah. Did Jasper tell you how our dad was in the army and that he was KIA before we were even born? We never even got to meet him, and due to a house fire, our mom was only able to save one single photo of our dad. Jasper asked me to look after it for a while so that I could get it uploaded onto my computer for safekeeping, but because I just lost my job, I haven't been able to do that. So I was keeping the original safe in my things until I was able to get a copy machine to scan the photo in. Now you've completely destroyed the only thing me and Jasper had to remember our father by.
I didn't know. You shouldn't have kept something so precious like that. Jasper should have had it.
Do you not just listen to a word I said? You're such a horrible woman. I don't know what my brother saw in you when he decided to marry you.
He's not going to be upset, is he? I mean, I didn't mean to throw away the photo, only all of your things. This is all your fault. If you weren't here taking up space in my home, then none of this would have happened.
And if you weren't such a horrible, cruel, and callous witch who apparently can't even share a house for a little while whilst her brother-in-law tries to get back onto his feet, then none of this would have happened either. You can't blame me for the mess that you've made.
But what can I do?
You know what? That's not my problem anymore. I've asked a friend and he's gonna let me sleep on his couch for a few days whilst I sort something out. You're on your own now.
No, you can't just abandon me. You need to explain to Jasper what's happened and why. He'll hate me otherwise.
Well, that's your own fault, isn't it? See ya, Nancy. Try not to be such a witch to my brother when he gets back. Nick, where are you? How come you're not home? I've just got back from my business trip and none of your stuff is here. Did something happen? Were you able to find a house? Well, why didn't you let me know? I would have loved to help you move and celebrate you getting back onto your feet with you. No, I didn't find a place yet, but if you want to know why I'm not at yours, why don't you ask your wife? Huh? Nancy took all my things out of the house and chucked them into the dump. And I mean everything. After what she did, there was no way that I could stay in the house with her, so I'm currently staying at a friend's place before I can get a new place sorted. Whoa, hang on, you're moving out? Yeah, I can't deal with Nancy anymore. That was the last straw. Thankfully, I was at the library with my laptop, so I still have that, but because she threw everything out, it means that she got rid of Dad's photo as well. She what? Yeah, you remember that you gave it to me to upload on my computer? I hadn't been able to do it before I was made redundant, so I was keeping it safe in my room, but Nancy literally took every last thing from my room and took it to the tip. I tried to go there and see if I could find anything, but there was just too much rubbish. I wasn't able to find it. I'm sorry. Whoa, just hold up a moment. You have nothing to apologize for. You didn't lose it. And regardless of if you had the photo or not, the fact that Nancy took all of your belongings and took them to the tip is just a huge no for me. You were my brother. Why she thought it was okay to do that to you, I have no clue. But I'll be definitely having a long conversation with her. Don't you worry about finding a place to live just yet, okay? I'm your big brother, so you can stay with me for as long as you need to. Got it? But I can't live there whilst Nancy's there. We just don't get along. Don't you worry about her. I'll deal with her. Okay.
Nick? Hey, how are you? Look, about the other day, I don't know what came over me. Just chucking all of your things out like that? So rude. So, I know I said that I didn't want you living with us anymore, but maybe I was just a bit hasty? We can all fit into the house. It is quite a big one, after all, lol.
Oh, that's a complete 180 from the other day. What made you change?
Well, Jasper's heard about what I did. I'm guessing you told him, but he definitely wasn't happy. He's saying that he wants a divorce because he can't stand the thought of me acting like I did to you. I was just thinking that if you came back and we showed him that we were getting along now, he'd want to stay with me.
Ah, I see. So, your horrible behavior actually has consequences, huh?
Maybe.
So, first you wanted to kick me out of the house saying that I was a lazy and penniless bum, and now you want me to come back so that I can save you from your despicable behavior? Yeah, I don't think so.
But you've got to. I don't want to divorce Jasper. He earns a good wage and I have such a comfy life at the minute. If he divorces me, then I'm going to have to make my own way in life, and I really don't want to do that.
It's not my responsibility to fix your behavior, and I'm not gonna lie to my brother and make him think that you're a nice person because you're not. Nice people don't just throw their brother-in-law's things into the dump.
Are you still crying over that? Get over yourself.
Yeah, and that's just made me not want to help you even more. Good luck on your own. It looks like I've got a house to move back into.
What do you mean?
Jasper has just messaged me to say that you're out of the house and that I can move back in. He's even bought me a few new things to get me started and to apologize for how you treated me.
That's not fair. That's my home.
Actually, Jasper's name is the one on the lease, not yours. It's his home and he decides who lives there or who doesn't.
Ugh, but it's not fair.
Oh well, looks like you've got some packing to do. I'd be quick if I were you, in case Jasper decides to take a leaf out of your own book and donate all your things to charities and stuff. He wouldn't just waste it by dumping it in the tip, you see.
You haven't heard the last from me.
Uh-huh, of course we haven't. Goodbye, Nancy. It's been a displeasure knowing you. After my brother kicked Nancy out of the house and began his divorce, I thanked him for backing me up. I then moved back into his house and we shared it happily together, taking on the chores and bills evenly. I was able to find a new job as an engineer at the local train station and it's paying quite well. I've got enough to get my own place, but for the moment, both me and Jasper are having fun living together, so we've agreed to hold off for the moment. Luckily, I was even able to find a picture of my dad from an old army buddy of his. He was more than happy to let me and my brother have a photo of him and my dad together. It was incredibly kind of him, and both me and Jasper couldn't thank him enough. We now had a memento to remember our father by. As for Nancy, I heard that she had to get a job at a local supermarket. I do see her around from time to time when I shop, and she doesn't look like she's living a life of comfort at all. I think she ended up renting a flat in the town, which was nowhere near as nice as the house that me and my brother lived in. But sometimes life needs to deal you a pretty big lesson in order for you to shape yourself up. I just hope it works for Nancy.
Louisa, honestly, how many times do I have to tell you that Violet needs to be fed every 3 to 4 hours if she's ever going to have any hope of growing into a strong little girl? Not to mention that you need to watch what you eat as well. I don't want my granddaughter growing fat simply because you decided that you were going to gorge yourself on chocolate and fatty foods whilst you were nursing her.
Nice to speak to you too, Vera. Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Enough with the sarcasm. How you even have time to be snarky with me when you should be focused on your baby is beyond me. How is she supposed to grow up properly when she's got a mother acting like a sarcastic teenager?
I don't talk to my 3-month-old daughter in a sarcastic way, Vera. Besides, Even if I did, she wouldn't remember it. She's only 3 months old. She won't remember anything from this age.
Well, that's not true at all. I remember when I was 3 months old.
Well, you would be one of the very few who do.
Are you being sarcastic again? Ugh, whatever. That's not why I messaged you.
Yes, why have you messaged me, Vera? I was finally able to get Violet down for a nap, and I was about to follow after her, so I would like to make this chat as quick as possible. I don't want to be rude, but I got very little sleep last night as Violet was up most of the night.
Napping? Really? When I had Jonathan, I would never simply have a nap when he was asleep. No. That time would be when I did all of the household chores, like the washing and cleaning the kitchen and preparing dinner for my husband. You need to be more active. Jonathan deserves a nice, warm meal when he gets home from work, so you need to make it for him. Not to mention, if you actually worked a bit, you might burn off a bit of fat. You're looking quite pudgy nowadays, and it's not attractive in the least.
Okay, first of all, this isn't the 1950s. I don't need to be a perfect housewife and do all of the cooking and cleaning and caring for my daughter. Jonathan and I are a team, and we both help take care of everything within our house, including each other. He understands that sometimes I can't get the cleaning done as I'm simply too tired. Secondly, I'm not fat. It's leftover baby weight. I will burn it off naturally as the months go by, and my body readjusts to not having a 7-pound tiny human in it. And when I can, I will also get back to the gym. Not that it's any of your business. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going back to sleep before Violet decides to wake up for her next feed.
Fine. If that's how you want to play, then I'll just have to tell Jonathan about your laziness. We'll see what he says about that.
Uh-huh. You do that. I'm going to turn my phone onto mute now so that it doesn't wake the baby.
Is that so?
Seriously, Vera? Why would you do that?
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, so I'm guessing that it wasn't you calling my landline just so you could try and wake Violet and by extension me up? What have you got against me trying to get some sleep?
It's not right. A proper mother wouldn't do that.
Lots of mothers do it.
I will not have my daughter-in-law be a lazy, good-for-nothing mother who leaves her daughter to fend for herself.
Vera, I was having a nap. I wasn't leaving my daughter to fend for herself at all. You're being ridiculous.
Well, let's see about that, shall we?
What?
I'm a part of a Facebook New Mums group, and I've told them what you are doing and how you are acting, and there are quite a few women who are appalled at your behavior.
You've done what? That's so disrespectful of me, Vera. How I raise my daughter is nobody's business but mine and Jonathan's. I don't need a bunch of snooty women accusing me of abusing my daughter simply because I had a nap at the same time that she did.
But, like one woman pointed out, what if your daughter develops a fever whilst you're asleep? She could become very ill, and you wouldn't notice because you'd be too busy sleeping. It's quite a selfish thing to do. You're a mom now. Your needs come second to your baby's, so you need to suck it up and do what's best for Violet.
I am doing what's best for my daughter. Me not being half asleep as I care for her is in her best interest, as well as mine, as it means I'm less likely to do something stupid or forget something important.
If you're that inept at caring for a baby, then maybe you should just give her to me. I can look after her properly.
I'm not giving you my child, Vera.
Fine. I was just offering to help, but if you're going to be so defensive and overprotective, then so be it. Although, according to my Facebook group, you're just going to end up ruining Violet.
Excuse me? I am not going to ruin my daughter.
Are you sure about that? I mean, what are you even feeding her at the minute? Breast milk?
Yes. What? Is there suddenly something wrong with the way that women have been feeding their babies for thousands of years? Is my milk going to kill my baby?
Again with the sarcasm. And no, breast milk is actually the preferred method of feeding. Although, you don't do it in public, do you?
If Violet gets hungry whilst we are out, then yes, I'll feed her in public.
Seriously? And Jonathan lets you?
What do you mean he lets me? It's not his choice. And anyway, I think he'd rather our daughter gets fed properly.
Well, it's just improper. The only person who should see that area of you is your husband, your baby, and possibly your doctor if there's something wrong. The general public shouldn't be getting an eyeful of your breasts. It's just not decent. Do you not have any shame?
Me feeding my baby isn't shameful, and you won't make me think otherwise. If other people are going to try and make me feel it an issue as well, that's their problem. I'm not going to stop feeding my baby simply because someone isn't comfortable with a natural process that has been around for thousands of years.
Yes, well, I think that's something else I'll be having a word with Jonathan about.
You can talk to whoever you want, Vera, but nothing is going to change what I do with my baby, whether you like it or not. But thanks for disrespecting me and trying to humiliate me by posting what I do on Facebook. It was real classy of you. Now, if you don't mind, Violet has woken up and it's time for me to feed her. So, thanks for bothering me and making sure I couldn't get a nap in. Now I'll be exhausted for the rest of the day.
Louisa, is everything okay?
Huh? Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
It's just my mom has been messaging me telling me that you're not handling the baby well. I just wanted to make sure that you and Violet are both okay.
Your mother? She's still at it?
What do you mean?
She messaged me this afternoon, just as I had put Violet down for a nap and was about to have one myself. She started going on about how I shouldn't be napping when my baby did, and that I should be cleaning the house and cooking dinners instead so that I could be the perfect housewife. She then tried to shame me for breastfeeding Violet in public, saying that it wasn't proper and that no one else should see my breasts.
Ah, I see. That does explain a few things.
Why? What has she said to you?
She's basically said that the women in her Facebook group are all up in arms about how you're raising our daughter and that you're unfit to be a mom. She then demanded that I take Violet off of you and give her to her so that she can look after her properly, in her words.
Seriously? She actually said that?
More or less.
Look, I know that she's your mom, Jonathan, but that woman has crossed the line.
Yes, I agree. That's why I spent a good 30 minutes telling her off and explaining that her view of the world is much different to what things are actually like now.
You did that for me?
Yes, for you, for our daughter, and for me. She might be my mom, but she doesn't get to disrespect you and how you look after our daughter. She has no right to do that.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you too. I'll be back home soon. I can't wait to see my two favorite girls.
We can't wait to see you either. Seriously, Vera? I can't believe you've doxed me.
I've what?
Doxed me. It means you've given a group of people my personal information to contact and harass me. I can't believe you actually told your Facebook group who I was. Now I'm constantly getting messages from them claiming that I'm not raising my daughter right. It's ridiculous. You've gone too far now.
Well, maybe by humiliating you a little bit, you'll actually humble yourself and listen to me when I tell you what to do. After all, I have raised a child myself, so I know what I'm talking about.
Yes, except Violet isn't your child. She's mine, so I will raise her how I see fit.
Are you seriously still back-chatting me? Why are you being so stupid? Just listen to what I say. I'm your mother-in-law, so you should respect what I say.
Well, I'm Violet's mother, so you should respect what I say and do with my daughter. In fact, I'd come to a conclusion.
What's that then?
Because of how you've acted towards me and how I'm raising my daughter, I've decided that you won't get to see Violet again until you've started respecting my decisions as her mother and stopped trying to interfere in how she's raised.
What? You can't do that.
Actually, yes, I can.
Jonathan will never let you do this.
I've talked it over with Jonathan, actually, and he agrees with me.
What?
Until you start accepting that you don't have a say in how I raise my daughter, unless I ask for your opinion, then you won't get to interact with her. It's as simple as that, really.
That's completely unfair. You're just being cruel now. You can't keep me away from my granddaughter. I'll call Child Protective Services.
And that way, you won't see Violet ever again. All you have to do is stop trying to tell me how to parent my child, and you can see her. Until you do that, though, you won't get to spend time with her. Now, if you don't mind, Violet and I are going on a walk. Let me know when you've come to your decision. Goodbye, Vera. Vera tried to continue telling me what to do with my baby for a couple of weeks, whilst trying to find ways to secretly see her. But I kept true to my word and didn't let her see my daughter until she stopped trying to tell me what to do. It took a while, but eventually she stopped. I'm now slowly letting her start to visit Violet again. However, she knows that the moment she gives me her unwanted opinion, she'll go straight back to not seeing her. Sometimes you have to take a hard line to stick to your beliefs, but it can definitely be worth it.